every time I'm given an argument for Islam, the moment I look into it, it turns out to be not something I'm disagreeing with. It's something that's completely fabricated. It's something that someone made up.
You say that because of the resurrection, that it is historically accurate that Jesus died, but this does not contradict the Quran, because the Quran said that someone that looks like Jesus died.
My point was, so what does it mean for someone to rise from the dead? Well, it means he was dead and then he was alive again later. So there are two things you can look into there from a historical perspective. You can look into whether you have evidence that Jesus dies. You can have evidence whether he was alive again later. I'm saying you look at both of those and you find good evidence for them. And when you're saying, but this doesn't contradict the Quran, yet the Quran has a different explanation, another miraculous explanation, but it's that Jesus didn't die. Allah miraculously tricked people into believing that Jesus died, and then apparently his followers get the idea that he rose from the dead. So yeah, you could explain something like that, but that would be like me saying, okay, I believe I have good evidence that there's a blue mug in my hand. Why? Well, because I'm seeing it. Do I have good evidence that there's a blue mug in my hand? Yes. Now imagine you come along and say, no, actually Allah's tricking you into believing there's a blue mug there. Well, yeah, that would explain it, but that doesn't mean that's the best explanation. So applying that to Jesus, if I look at the evidence and I say, okay, I have a bunch of evidence that he died by crucifixion, and I have a bunch of evidence that he appeared to his followers later. So I say, what's the best explanation of that? Looks like the best explanation is that a man rose from the dead. And you could say, no, there's another explanation. God tricked everyone into believing that he died by crucifixion and so on. Now you're bringing in God as a divine trickster who tricks people into believing false things, ends up starting a false religion, and then spreads it to billions of people for no apparent reason. We look at it and say, what's the reason why God's tricking so many people, tricked literally billions of people into believing that Jesus died? I don't know how you believe anything. I don't know how you believe you're having a conversation right now if you believe God might be tricking you into thinking you're having this conversation.